Down the coast from Crescent City, on the opposite end of California, lies Compton, and another world altogether. Compton has a reputation for the lethal combination of drugs and violence.
It's extremely dangerous. There certainly is a lot of crime there. You're still seeing a lot of PCP cases, some methamphetamine. Those are the heavier drugs down there.
In this cauldron of drugs, guns, and gangs, a new art form came bubbling to the surface.
The first time I heard Antron Singleton, his talent was just unquestionable, undeniable. It was metaphoric, and anything he rapped about, you could pretty much see it. He was a good storyteller. So that's what you look for in a good songwriter. You know, can you tell a story?
The future for Antron Singleton was loaded with promise, but it was stolen by a singular event, one that silenced this budding rap star behind steel bars for life.
Antron had a voice. He was that guy with that silky, you know, that voice that everybody liked.
Antron Singleton came to California to pursue his chosen profession, rap artist.
I just saw the vision to me. He was living in the garage and it was cold. You know, and I felt bad. I'm like, man, this dude he's too talented. I put him under my wing and just like took him to my studio. So he was just so excited to be like smack dead in the middle of it.
They called him Big Lurch, a nickname that fit his lanky 6'7" frame.
Big Lurch was actually a nickname that he got a long time ago when he was hanging out at his friend's house. Somebody knocked at the door. The person didn't know who he was when he opened the door and was like, oh, Big Lurch looking guy, out of the Family reference.
Rappers, you know, that's what they do. They take on another character as their alter ego, and he fit right into it.
He was born in Dallas, Texas, but moved west as a young man after his father came to California.
Texas was a little different, you know. I mean, it's the Wild West as far as I'm concerned. At the time, actually, I just wanted to get away from there. In the process of getting away, I actually left Antron, you know, and his mother in Texas, and I eventually moved to Northern California. You know, he loved his mother a lot, but basically, he was a daddy's boy. He wanted to be around me, and that was probably the most hurtful thing, and that may have affected him somewhere down the road.
Antron Singleton found his first taste of success with a rap group called the Cosmic Flop Shop.
Big Lurch's career kicked off when we got him on a song with Mystical and the RBL Posse. So it's kind of like a domino effect. When you're right place, right time, you know, especially if you have talent. It dawned on us. I'm like, man, I have all these dope guys around me. Rick Ross, Judy, baby, Big Lurch. I'm like, listen, let's make a group called Cosmic Flop Shop.
California is a dream world, so you got to come out here, get your mind right, get ready to go to work, because this is where you make your dreams happen. Rapping out in the Bay Area scene brought me to LA. Then I go to the clubs to meet other artists so I can network and work with them.
He was completely polished. I don't know what he was doing in Texas, but he was completely professional from day one. That's what I seen. That's why I just easily took him with me, because I recognized, you know, I didn't have to do too much grooming. You know, he was positioning himself to become a solo artist.
Here in LA, everybody wanted him. I mean, he was good. The people he was around you was good. I mean, basically, there was just guys out there that was pulling his coattails. When he came to LA, it seemed like everything was going pretty good. But over a period of time, you know, weeks, maybe months, I can't put the time period together, but things started getting a little shady. I wasn't hearing from him as much. And finally, I did catch him. And I'm talking to him, you know, asking him the problem, you know, what's going on with him, dude? I haven't heard from him, you know, what's happening? And at that moment, I could see something was wrong, because now the voice wasn't the same. 3 weeks after that is when that incident happened.
The incident would overtake Antron's dreams of stardom. The day he couldn't remember would be the one to haunt him for the rest of his life.
It's hard to believe that someone could act like this. It's the most unusual case I've ever handled. The most violent crime scene I've ever seen. And I've seen quite a few. There was blood spatter all over the place. The carpets were saturated with blood.
He pretty much blacked out, and then he woke up in jail. They told him that he was a murderer and that he was going to be in jail for life.
Coming up.